Holidays can be stressful for parents who are struggling with a tight budget. Here to help us manage our kids' gift expectations is Julie Ross, Executive Director of Parenting Horizons. She's the author of How to Hug a Porcupine, Negotiating the Prickly Points of the Tween Years. Julie, good to see you here this morning.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So why is it so important to have a plan? And then, of course, the big thing is to stick with that plan.
Right. Well, I'm a big believer in being a proactive parent. And so having a plan for me, especially around the holidays, means knowing what we want our kids to get out of the holiday. Because if we don't have a vision of it's about gratitude, it's about giving more than receiving, the media is going to rush in and they're going to take that place and communicate to our kids that it's about buying more stuff. So we need to have a plan in advance.
Which is pretty much the message that's out there right now.
Pretty much the message.
It is.
So when you're talking about a plan, this is not just a plan of what I'm going to spend on the holidays. It's a plan of giving kids a meaning of what the holiday is. And let's be honest, kids are always going to have oversized expectations.
Yes.
No matter what the economy. And Santa is never going to be able to meet all of those expectations. So how do you start that part of your plan and that part of your discussion?
Well, I like to have kids create a wish list because it becomes a talking point for conversation or communication around the holidays. So instead of it just being them dreaming in their head of the great big $700 item that they want, they have it written down on paper, and parents then can say, you know, this is great because this means you'll get some of what you want, and we don't always get all of what we want. So it allows parents to make it more realistic for the kids.
And you think parents should also formulate their own lists?
I do.
And be somewhat manageable with those lists as well, right?
I do, and I think parents need to articulate about their own lists to their kids and talk about how grateful they are for what they have, and even say things like, you know, one of the things on my list, because I don't really need a lot of stuff, one of the things on my list is that someone will make a donation in my name to a charity. And when we communicate that and articulate that about ourselves, we teach our children not to be overly greedy, for lack of a better word.
That plays into another bit of advice that you have, and that is showing kids, frankly, how lucky they are.
Yes.
And how tough it is for a number of other families out there.
That's right. And parents try to do this often, but they do it through lecturing their kids. So they talk about people in other countries who don't have as much or whatever. But kids are experiential, and they need hands-on experiences. So things like during this season, just making holiday cards for the elderly in a retirement home and delivering those, and just seeing the joy about that kind of a simple gift can really communicate to our kids that it's not about the price tag.
Right. What about maybe picking a wish off a tree for another child?
Absolutely. And there are a lot of opportunities. It could be picking a wish off a tree for another child, combing through your child's toys and clothing for gently used items where they can then go and deliver them to the pediatric ward at a hospital, for example. There's a lot of opportunities out there.
And the one thing that we don't have a whole lot of time to talk about it, but practice discussing receiving gifts, like I'm still not good at that.
Oh, wow.
When they don't get what they want, they open it up and it's a sweater from grandma, and they say, great, I'm 7, I don't want a sweater.
Yeah.
Who got me this?
There's not a parent in the world who hasn't had a mortifying experience around that. So it's good to practice with especially younger kids to say, when you get this gift from grandma, if you don't like it, what are you going to say? How about, thank you so much, grandma?
Do you have a receipt? Thank you, grandma. Do you have the gift receipt? Julie, thank you.